We both here, standing on business with no fear. I mean that. It's the ring champs when the smoke clears. Everything upstairs.
What's up? How you doing? We're back as the ring champs. I go by the name of Ak.
And I'm Barak, the boxing bully.
And this is a special episode. It might not go too serious because this guy doesn't take us serious. Like, we as boys, my bro, Terence Crawford.
What's up, going?
What's up,
What's going on? Now, that really was a real statement from his heart. He wasn't joking. He really felt that way because he said that to me yesterday.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, it's hard for us to be all formal because we're informal, we're real personal friends, but we're gonna ask you some questions today, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, first off, thanks for giving us the time. It's been a long time coming up. I can't remember last time we sat down.
Yeah, but are you sore from when Shannon Sharpe whooped you behind?
No, I ain't sore at all.
Okay, cool.
No, man.
Just
And he ain't whooped nothing.
I don't know. Look
grabbed
like he
you and
grabbed you
you
up and ragdolled you. He
You
ragdolled
could not
you.
move, you couldn't do anything.
And, you know,
Did you piece him up though when y'all was?
in a street fight or in a fight of that magnitude, he wouldn't have been able to get that close to me.
If you had 3 months with Shannon Sharpe, you think you could teach him how to fight enough where he could hold his own in a fight?
I'm pretty sure he can hold his own right now. You know what I mean? Given the size of him and, you know, the explosiveness he have from playing football. But
You think you could beat Barak up in 3 months if you train him?
that's gonna take
a little much.
That's gonna take more than 3 months.
Power is not everything, brother.
It's gonna take. He might beat you up in 3 months.
He might beat him up tomorrow. He beat him up yesterday.
No, we spar.
Barak got the skills, man.
No, I got boxing skills. If Shannon Sharpe spars me to
we're not talking about that. If he grab you, it's over with.
That's a different story. Talking about boxing.
That's what we're talking about. We talking about fighting. We ain't talking about you change. You moved the goalposts from boxing to from street fight to boxing.
All right, I want to talk about you building this new home back home, right? Like, it's extravagant, but it's something that you built, like, not only for yourself, for other people. You built this basketball court, and I'm watching on Instagram, I'm like, damn, Bud has other people always in mind, like, because everybody gonna benefit from that court to play basketball. When you spend your money, is it like that you think about not just yourself, you think about other people?
Well, I think about my family firsthand.
Right.
And I didn't build it for a community type deal. I built it because I love basketball and my kids love basketball, family love basketball. Not only that, we have a birthday party. We don't gotta rent out an event center. We can have it at the house and in the gym. So it's multiple things that we can do with the gym instead of just play basketball at the same time.
How far is it from the neighborhood you grew up?
Everything's close when you talk Omaha, so it's probably like 10 to 15 minutes.
Were you ever tempted to leave your home?
At one point, yeah, but my mom and my grandma didn't want to move, so I just said, hey.
Because you wasn't going to leave them?
Not at all. Not at all.
Where were you going to go?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Wherever I was going to go, I was going to take my family with me. And being that my mom and my grandma both said they ain't going nowhere, I said, well, I'm going to be here with y'all then.
So you show that it's possible to have money, and bigger than money sometimes too is fame.
Yeah.
To have a whole bunch of fame and still be close to the community you grew up in.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I feel like, you know, it's a gift and a curse because I'm so close to the community to the point where, you know, everybody know me. Then, you know, the people that know me and been knowing me for years, you know, it can be a good conversation or a bad conversation, but you will hear it, you know the people that's talking down and being negative, and you know it can have a negative feel on how you look at certain people.
Do people take you for granted because you're so accessible?
Of course. I think a lot of people in the community take me for granted because, like I said, I'm just so normal. And at times, I think they forget about who I am and the status that I hold in the real world outside of Omaha, Nebraska. You know, they don't look at me as Terence Crawford, the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. They just look at me as a little black bud. So, you know, that's all I want them to look at me as at the same time, but I definitely feel that, you know, I'm taken for granted on a lot of scales.
You feel like you're too accessible at times, and are you trying to hold back a little bit on that?
A lot of people always tell me I'm too accessible because I don't walk around with security guards and I'm always in my old neighborhood and I'm just
I mean, I've been
easy to
around you in
find.
Omaha.
Yeah.
It's true, everywhere, even in the club with jewelry on. You don't, it doesn't come to mind where I should have around people around me. Why, does your city make you feel that comfortable?
No, I just think I make myself feel that comfortable because I'm not, you know, trying to be somebody that I'm not. I'm not trying to, you know, draw negative attention.
Right.
I'm not out here disrespecting nobody. I try to respect all. I don't try to bother nobody. But the thing is, I just hope that nobody bother me in the way that I gotta
React.
Get active.
React.
Like that. You know, Bud, get active.
You know, I just always feel that way.
What about family or close friends asking for money? How often do you have to deal with that? And do you ever have to say no?
I'm in my no stages right now.
Oh, yeah. So you just starting your no stages?
Yeah, I know that everything.
Is it just hard when you have it to help people to say no, like all of these years? Because you're saying you're just starting the no stage. Did you say
He didn't
yes
say he
that
just
many?
started.
Yeah,
He said
man.
he's in my nose.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah, oh no, it's no. It's no.
no. Right.
Because for the simple fact, I've been saying yes for so long.
Right.
You know, now people
Take advantage.
count your pockets and, oh, you got this, you got it, and it ain't gonna hurt you, and it's just like.
What's the craziest story somebody gave you for asking money? Like, you know, I need a transplant, a heart transplant, or whatever it is. What's the craziest thing?
Man, it's a lot
Rent
of.
due? That's regular.
Yeah,
that's on a regular.
That's every other day.
Yeah, light bill getting cut off, all that's regular. You know what I mean? But you was just out of town. So you gonna
Right.
put all your bills and your problems on me.
Yeah.
You know, I get that all the time.
Especially after a big fight, right? I know after the big
I
fight, you
even
just
just-
made X amount of
I
dollars.
even just at the big fight, you know, it's constant, you know.
You ever had to
it's
change your
life.
number because of it?
Nah.
Dang. I know.
So you just blocked me.
No, I ain't gonna block you. I'm gonna just tell you no, and
Right.
that's that. If I say no, then you can call me a million times, and I'm
You
gonna
ain't
tell
gonna
you no.
change. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm be like, hey, then I just tell your ass no. Stop asking me. Simple.
Right. And so I know you just built this big, beautiful house, but I also know that you're someone who has a lot of properties. So is this house that you're building now your biggest investment you ever made?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Well, one of them, as far as, you know, personal, you know,
You've made
like-
investments as big as that already?
yeah, like apartment complexes, yeah.
Really? In your city or somewhere else? Or you and Floyd got those apartments in New York?
Y'all crazy. Nah, like in Kansas City, I made one.
Wow. Congrats.
So I know you love Omaha. You don't want to leave. That's going to be your forever home right there. But if you could have at least an apartment in another city, what city would it be?
Apartment?
Like a place, a home, whatever. Apartment house.
Probably Vegas.
Vegas.
Just because, you know, everything is moving towards Vegas and, you know, the real estate is going crazy.
Oh, really?
And
A
I can
lot of
rent it.
teams, professional
Yeah.
teams going there.
And I can rent it out.
To
you
make
know.
money for it.
Then on top of that,
Stay there when you're in Vegas.
when I go in there and to train for a little bit, I can stay in my own spot.
So you don't like New York?
I don't like New York. I don't really like Vegas. I don't like New York. I don't like California. I don't like Vegas.
Too busy?
Why?
No, New York is just dirty. You know what I
That
mean?
is true.
Everybody rude. Everybody moving so fast.
You
can't-
should fit right in, Mr. Rude, man.
I ain't rude. I ain't rude
Yeah,
at all.
you're rude. You're not rude to us. But
You can't have a conversation with people here.
Like
You know what I
random
mean?
strangers?
Yeah,
they'll
like
get
everybody
it's
just
who
like
you?
hold the door open for somebody. It's like
No, thank
they
you.
ain't even got time to say thank you because they moving, they bump you,
No
they,
doubt.
they do this to you. You know what I mean?
See
It's
how
like,
y'all make us look bad, New Yorkers, man. Get
it's
some
just-
manners, bro.
Then they just like try to like scam you. Everybody talking fast. You know what I mean? And it's like,
That's how we got you here, though. You know what I'm saying? We talk fast, got you here.
LA, it's the who's, what you do, and you know what I mean?
That's true.
Everybody trying to tell you what they doing and they acting and they ain't doing nothing.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
everybody
so-
got to put on the front. Everybody got to be Hollywood and, you know, it's just like everybody got to do drugs.
Right.
You know, I'm like, man, LA is trash.
is
Everything expensive in New York, everything expensive in California. It's like, man, dude, you paying $10 for this, but you go to Omaha, it's $5.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Now, y'all food is fire in LA and
New York.
Vegas, fire.
Right.
Fire. But like, even Vegas, like anything that's not like tourists,
Yeah.
like what is there to do?
Yeah. It's the desert.
Right. You gonna hike every day? That's all there's to do. Hike, party, and gamble. I don't gamble. I don't party really. So.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Ak. We have some massive fights coming your way. And we had to team up with our boys at DraftKings. The opportunity at hand for Keyshawn Davis Barak is to make a massive statement fighting Edwin De Los Santos. It's not going to be an easy fight, but I feel like Keyshawn's on a rampage right now, like making statement after statement. Does he make that statement?
Hell yeah. But he's not fighting the easy guy. Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson both say, hey, we don't want to fight each other. We're friends. Made the people want to see them more. Now we really want to see it. So what do? You fight the guy that Shakur fought, and it's a good benchmark.
I don't want to predict that he knockouts. I think Keyshawn will show the world that he is an elite fighter.
Right, but I also think that De Los Santos is going to come there with a chip on his shoulder.
Hey, check it. This is a homecoming fight that you don't want to miss. So go check out all DraftKings has to offer. But don't forget to use the promo code ATSFights. The crown is yours.
DraftKings has something for every sports fan. So many ways to play. Stay in the action all night long.
Hey, listen, you heard my dude. What you waiting for? Download the DraftKings app and check out all DraftKings has to offer right now.
New customers, use our promo code ATSFights to level up your experience. What you waiting for? Get in on all the action.
All the smoke fighters headed to the Hall of Fame. That's right. This year's International Boxing Hall of Fame induction weekend in boxing's hometown, Canastota, New York, takes place from Thursday, June 5th through Sunday, June 8th, ending with an annual ceremony immortalizing boxing's all-time greats.
The International Boxing Hall of Fame are hosting fan events and experiences all weekend long. On Friday night, June 6th, Salida Promotion will present a terrific fight card in association with All the Smoke Fight, live on the Zone from the Turning Stone Resort Casino in Verona, New York. Featuring USBA heavyweight champion Brandon Moore, defending his title against undefeated prospect Stanley Wright in the main event. Plus a stacked undercard featuring world champion Franchon Cruz-Dezurn and rising prospects JJ Pagan and DeVell Smith.
Sounds to me, we're gonna have a great fight night. And of course, Sunday, the ceremony to induct the class of 2025. Legends like Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, Michael second to none, and the Tasmanian Devil, Vinny Paz.
Join All the Smoke Fight and Salida Promotion at Turning Stone Resort Casino for this year's International Boxing Hall of Fame induction weekend.
Hey, listen, visit turningstone.com for accommodations and tickets to Friday's fight night. Visit ibhof.com for the full induction weekend schedule.
What would you say is the best advice that you've given one of your sons?
Be theyself. That's all my kids. Be a leader, not a follower. You know, I think that's the best advice that I can give my kids because of in today's society, everybody is copying everybody. Everybody want to be, you know, these social media kids, and they gravitate to their friends and want to do the things that their friends do. And I just want my kids to be like I was when I was young.
But so you was always confident like this?
I was always a leader. I was always a leader. All my friends smoke, drink. I ain't never smoke and drink.
Yeah, me too.
Like, all my friends want to kick it, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll see y'all tomorrow. So I always had that leader mentality.
We talked to Conor Ben. He said his 4-year-old son, I mean, a lot younger than your kids, a little big, but he said it's hard to say no
I got a
to his
4-year-old.
son.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm
You
talking
just
about,
saw
like,
her the other day.
No, your sons,
Right.
like, they older.
Yeah.
So is it hard for you to say no, or do you say no to them when they ask you for something?
I say no. It's hard for me to say no to my daughter.
Oh, your daughter.
The youngest
different.
one.
Yeah.
So when your sons ask you for something, do they have to like kind of earn it, do something to earn it, like as a reward, whether it's some sneakers or whatever, a game?
Now I've been kind of like making them do things, and because they don't appreciate it.
Okay.
I'll buy them some new shoes and they be walking on the back of them.
Get them
You know,
mud
and
all up. Yeah.
like my oldest son, he more, of a person to take care of his stuff. But like
Okay.
the middle one and my youngest one, my second and youngest, they just don't appreciate their stuff. So they'll wear their shoes out, and they got other shoes that they can wear. Then they'll have a million outfits, and they'll keep trying to wear the same outfits. I be like, dude, what is y'all doing, man?
What I shop for? You ain't wearing none of this other stuff.
Yeah.
Do your older kids, because with me, my older kids, they see the difference between the way I raised them and the way I'm raising my younger son.
Mm-hmm.
Do your older kids, because they still there though, do they say, oh, you treating her different than you treat us?
They all gonna do that, but in a sense, you treated them the same. They was just a baby. They not a baby now, so you don't gotta baby them. They all be looking to be baby at times because they just yearning for that attention.
I also feel like in my 30s, I was just a little more lenient. I think in my 20s, I was on top of everything and sharp. And nah, y'all not getting data. Y'all don't need to be on your phones. You don't need to. And now it's like my other son, he probably watching porn, because he get data. He get whatever.
The times has changed now.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you look back, you can whoop your kids.
Yeah.
Now you touch them, you getting in charge. So it's like, you want me to discipline my kids for society, so they go out and learn how to act. But now I can't do nothing, and they go out, don't know how to act,
And the world disciplines
and
them.
they gonna blame me.
Exactly.
Oh, he should have had some home training. So it's like, so you gonna fault me either way it goes.
You're gonna lose. But
That's a fact.
you kind of you feel like you got a little softer, like with Trinity, your daughter, like you're not as tough as you were with your older kids?
Nah.
You the same? Like
Yeah.
you think you're the same as
I
far
think
as
I'm the
strict
same.
wise?
I wish Keisha was here.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
I don't know.
I think I'm the same for the simple fact that all my daughters was like that. You know what I mean? But I'm hard when I need to be hard.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Okay. We didn't need to know that.
So the
New York, man, it ain't mine.
Well,
can't
that's
say
where you
nothing.
at.
Yeah, that is where I'm at. When you're in New York, you can't say nothing.
That's another thing he hates about New York.
Pause. Whoa, no Diddy. Oh, no this. Oh, no that.
I don't even like it, but I get subject. Y'all killed me last night, so I don't like it, but you gotta deal with
You're
it.
grown, man. You're a grown man.
But I know you always talk about not wanting your sons to fight because you don't
They
want
want
them
a
to go
box,
through.
too.
They want a box?
They
They
want
want
to?
a box.
Really?
And they cold.
Damn. So that's what I was about to ask you. Have any of them grown to start to like it? But now you're
They
telling
been
me
want a box, but they know.
you don't think you'll ever budge?
No.
No
They don't
football,
need
no
the
boxing.
box. They don't need the box. Why?
Well, it's not always for money when you already have it.
Yeah.
Conor Ben. You
don't
know what
need
I'm
a
saying?
box.
Like, it's just for sport. You love it. You a
What about
fighter
at
in
least
heart.
amateur?
You don't need a
Compete
box.
amateur.
You don't need to do that either.
I respect that, man, because
Why should I let my son fight amateur when that's like teasing him? So he win all these tournaments, he fall in love with the sport, then what?
What if God put that in him? See, I didn't want my son to box neither, but I seen that he had a talent since 6 years old. And I said, who am I to rob this guy of something that God probably put in him?
I'm not robbing him.
I'm just telling you me.
I'm not robbing him. I'm his father. I'm gonna tell him what he need to do and what he
Okay,
don't.
so what if he turns
Sometimes we don't really
18
know.
years old, right?
As a father.
Tyrese, let's say he turns 18, is you can't tell me what to do. I want to box. Are you gonna help him and support him, or are you gonna clash?
It's late, man.
No, I know, but I'm saying, I'm just giving him a hypothetical.
He gonna be like, well, you should have started when you was early. He gonna be, but you ain't let me.
What would you say?
I would help him,
Okay.
but I'd be against it.
Right. I mean, he knows what he had to go through to be where he is, so I can respect that. Let's talk a little bit boxing. A little boxing. A lot of people are comparing your Madrimov fight to Virgil Ortiz's, right? You can't escape it as a common opponent. What was your assessment of his performance against Madrimov?
I think Madrimov, fought a good fight, but he just, he was more prepared for my fight. If you watch him, he was winning the fight, and he gassed out.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
He gassed out, and he said from, I don't know what type of sickness he had.
So condition-wise, he wasn't as prepared.
Yeah, that he had to pull out the first fight and come back. I don't know, but Virgil did good. He put a lot of pressure on him, and fought a good fight. But you could tell that he didn't leave unscarred.
Unscathed.
When you look at the faces of both fighters, you would have thought Virgil lost.
Oh, okay.
He did hurt his hand. His knuckle was broken. I don't know if you've seen him the last couple of Virgil.
Yeah.
Ortiz, he had a broke hand, but he said he didn't know anyway. He didn't feel it throughout the fight.
It was a good fight. I thought Madrimov was doing too much moving.
Right.
In the beginning rounds, which that was getting him the rounds in the bank, but at the same time, he was exerting too much energy.
How do you feel about when people say, because Eddie Hearn said it, a few people were saying it, that you moved up to 154 and you didn't have the success that you had in all these times. So they're thinking it's because of the weight, when I'm saying it's the style. Madrimov wasn't trying to commit as much, and you hurt him, he never hurt you.
Right.
So how do you feel about everybody saying that?
Well, I laugh. I won the fight. They making it seem like I lost.
Well, Eddie was like, no, I think that night in August, he was like, no, I don't know about that. I think, no, Eddie was, I believe Eddie was saying that.
Eddie was complaining about the scorecards. Nobody said Madrimov.
Eddie was saying that it was closer than that. Maybe Madrimov could have won. He was saying, I think he was. I think he was.
He's trying to get you mad at Eddie.
No, I'm not. He ain't gonna get mad at Eddie.
Listen. That fight wasn't close at all.
I didn't think so either.
I gave Madrimov 3-4 rounds max.
I was calling a fight, so I wasn't counting the rounds.
3 to 4 rounds max. And I was comfortable in there. Like, I didn't have a worry in the world.
Did he ever hurt you at any time? Never.
Well, was he hard to time at times?
He caught you
one
flush.
thing that you're really good at is throwing in between the shot, timing people, right? Before they throw, when they're about to throw. Was he a little tricky to time?
Yeah, at times.
Yeah.
At times, because he really wasn't trying to commit.
Right.
He really wasn't trying to really throw anything. He was trying to counter me, so it was kind of like he wanted to make it a chess match.
Right.
Make it seem like he coming in, but he wanted to counter me.
Okay, so recently you was on vacation with your family and you was out a lot, everywhere. You was all over the place. Have you officially, I know it's not camp, but are you in like a pre-camp right now for Canelo?
Not yet.
Not yet? So what do you do? But are you
I'm
training?
still training. I'm always training.
I know, that's right.
I'm always training.
Are you lifting more weights now?
Not at all.
So is it safe to say in the Canelo fight, you won't be weighing 168? You're going to come under because you're not used to fight, or will you be 168?
I don't know. We got to see. You shall see.
So Canelo's last couple performances, let's talk about Berlanga, right? Bigger guy, right? Different style, obviously, than yours. What was your grade on his performance against Berlanga?
He did great, but Berlanga didn't have the experience. Just like Munguia didn't have the experience.
Munguia had a lot of fights, though, but not necessarily at that level.
He had a lot of experience. Berlanga, he did good for what it was, but he could have did more. But at the same time, Canelo is Canelo.
Right. Virgil Ortiz said to us, if Bud, he says, I can't see Bud moving up to 168 and beating Canelo. I think he can, but if I had to pick one, but he said if Bud beats Canelo, I have him as the greatest fighter of all time. Now, would you put yourself in that category once that fight is over and you're the winner?
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about all time.
All
Like
time.
Ali, Floyd, I'm talking about all time.
When you talk about all these other fighters, who would have done or accomplished anything close to it?
No, I agree.
No, I'm asking you.
No, none of them.
All right then, so why would they all be?
No, but you know how some people won't, they'll say,
Sugar Ray Robinson accomplished a lot.
Yeah, he did.
I like your career.
When you say Sugar Ray Robinson, he never went up 3 weight classes and fought the Undisputed,
the top
champion.
Right.
In a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best Mexican fighters that come out of Mexico.
Of all time, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a difference when you talk about moving up in weight and who you fighting. And like you can kind of say that I went up 3 weight classes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the joy in it.
54,
like,
60, 68.
Everybody, is wondering how I'm gonna do at 68.
Yeah, people are saying they're like, we know Bud can't hurt Canelo because Triple G didn't do it, but we know Canelo could hurt Bud. What do you say to those people?
They don't know. How they gonna say
They don't know.
what another person can do and what can't happen to a person that's not them?
Right.
Who's the hardest puncher you ever faced?
Shit, D.
Who?
These nuts.
Got him.
Yeah, see,
You a grown man.
No.
You just talked about the pause, and you went to
do all that pause and that
1995.
And you got.
You got him.
You supposed to say who's deep. I didn't say that. I said who.
Nah. Just take your L. Just take your L.
These nuts should get a pause. When you say these nuts, that should be a pause now.
Take your L, sir. Take your L and keep that.
All right, who's the
hardest puncher that I got hit by? I don't know.
Kabalaskas.
He the strongest.
Yeah, Kabalaskas.
He definitely the strongest puncher. He can punch. But I still had to say Gamboa. He caught me with the hardest. Right. He caught me with the hardest punch.
That was fast. Maybe you didn't see it.
Yeah.
He was so fast.
Yeah, he caught me with the hardest punch.
I have to get your opinion on Lamar Roach and Tank Davis. We haven't spoken since then. A lot of people felt Roach won. Some people were happy with the draw. We all know that the knee should have been a knockdown. How did you score the fight?
I still had Roach winning, probably like 1 or 2 rounds.
By 1 or 2 rounds.
It was a close fight because Tank, I don't know. I think Tank just underestimated him. You know what I mean? And he was just looking for him to be himself and get a knockout. Right. I always said Tank is losing until he's not losing.
Right.
And all his fights, when you watch him fight against Leo Santa Cruz, against
Rolly,
you know what I mean? Even right. Ryan was doing good the first couple of rounds.
So you think he relies on the power too much?
I think he do. He's losing until he's not losing. Now, he's smart. He'll walk you into some shit, but I just think Roach was, he was like, man, I ain't going for none of that.
Let's go. Yeah. So how do you think the rematch plays out?
I think you're going to get a better Tank, but at the same time, I think Roach fought at his peak. I don't think he can fight better than that.
But do you believe in the phrase when people say he got his number?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a real thing, and could it be possible that Roach has his number?
Definitely. Roach can definitely have his number, but that don't mean that Tank will come in there fighting the same fight.
But what could he do different? When I watched
he can let his hands go more.
But I think at times he did, and then he was being met and countered with answers back every time. So people are not used to seeing Tank in that space, because when he lands those shots, they usually end the fight, but they weren't hurting Roach.
But that's the thing. That's the mental game of it. You know, when he was hitting Roach or Roach was blocking,
Right.
he had hit with like 1 or 2 shots.
Right.
You know, you gotta start picking it up and throw
More
multiple
combinations, yeah.
Yeah. After you beat Errol Spence, you became like a bigger star. You know, you became bigger in the hip hop community and stuff like that. And now, you know, you're a global star. Who have you seen and met that surprised you that they were a fan of yours?
After the nobody.
Nobody?
Nobody.
Oh, so before that?
Yeah, before I ever fought Spence, like everybody. You know what I mean?
It surprises you like this dude?
Yeah,
Like who?
I met Ice Cube, and Ice Cube was a fan. Dr. Dre was a fan.
Dr.
Really?
Dre.
You know what I mean?
I saw you a
was
video
like,
with Rihanna. Did she know who you were?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
She
What did she
did.
say? What was that interaction
She
like?
just said it was disrespectful that they mixed me up with Kendrick Lamar.
Oh,
Kendrick
yeah,
Lamar.
Yeah, I
Yeah, she was
remember
like,
that.
that ain't right. But yeah, man, I met a lot of people that before the Spence fight even happened, you know, so it wasn't nothing about that.
Anybody, like somebody that you were a fan of?
Iverson.
All of them.
Iverson.
Iverson. I met Iverson years ago, and he knew my whole story. I was just like,
Word.
it's crazy. You know, matter of fact, I met him here at Madison Square Garden.
What's the first thing he say to you?
He was like, Bud!
Word?
I was like, Iverson.
Yo, that's crazy.
I was over there like, dog, man. He was like, man, I'm a big fan, man, dude. Like
How many years ago you think?
probably like, man, I don't even know, probably like 6 years ago. I was still at 140, I
That's
believe.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. He was talking about Danny Garcia.
Oh, yeah? About you fighting him or something?
Yeah. He was just like, man, Danny
Oh, yeah, you
Garcia,
just
my
moved up
guy.
then. You probably just moved up.
It was
If you had to compare yourself as a fighter to an NBA player, who would it be?
Shit, Iverson.
Iverson, that's what made me think of that.
For sure.
Fighting against the system.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the biggest guy in the world, but plays with a big heart. Throw it down on you, you know what I'm saying? Like 6 foot tall.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it hurt you that you can't really play basketball?
Nah,
That you
'cause
suck?
I'm a boxer.
Oh, okay.
I thought
But
you were
you
saying,
couldn't beat me on your best day.
You probably couldn't beat him.
I'm past my prime, bro. I'm past my prime. I'm past my prime.
So why
bro.
would you even speak on basketball if you can't beat me?
No, because I think you think
You
you're
never
good,
could beat me.
and you're not.
I didn't beat a lot of people that think they can play, or a lot of people.
Gilly,
You
did
beat one
beat Gilly?
scrub that I know. Him. That's it.
First off, the first game,
Called
which
you
was
a
years
scrub.
ago when he fought, what's his name? Victor Postal. It was a close game.
No, it wasn't, bro.
That was right
It
before.
It wasn't close, bro.
It was 14 to 11.
No, bro.
I got the videotape.
It wasn't close, bro.
14 to 11.
It wasn't
That ain't a
close,
close
bro.
game?
Interview, the after interview.
Hey, listen. I just bodied this man, and he know it. I pushed him around like a little rag doll, and I knew his excuse was gonna be he ain't played in 2 years. So you know what I did?
What's going on with
This
that?
is what I did. I came in. I didn't shoot
Tell him the
a
score.
shot.
Tell him the score.
I didn't shoot a shot. I came in here off the street, right from a workout, sparring, everything. Bust his ass. Scored.
What's the score?
We not playing by twos. If we was playing by twos, I'd have beat
I
him.
was playing by ones too.
I said we wasn't playing by
All right,
twos.
15 to 11.
How many
That's
times
the
I
score.
let you shoot?
How's that busting my ass? I let you shoot the same amount of time.
He's lying.
It wasn't close.
It was close. The last time
I let it
was
be
out.
close because I didn't want you in.
It wasn't close, and now he goes, I let it be close.
Whatever.
Okay, so this is what I mean by it really wasn't close. I didn't play no defense on him. I let him shoot all open shots till he missed.
What about when I drove to the basket?
Hey, look,
You ain't stop me?
till he missed, and then I cashed him out.
I drove to the
Good night.
basket and scored on him. So that's
You
a
scored
lie.
one time when you drove to the one time.
11
and then
We
points.
shooting jumpers after that.
He started shooting jumpers.
He turned in.
I
So
got
what happened?
tired.
Look.
After one layup.
Hey, look, and this is what I did. I said, man, you can't shoot, you gonna miss anyway.
And I was hitting.
And he was hitting.
Yeah.
You know, and I still wasn't playing defense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shoot. He talking about, you better get out here, Brick. All right, it's my
You
turn.
a sore loser.
No.
Hell
Yes,
yeah,
you are.
What kind of question?
I
is that?
saw
Hold up,
you
time
at a
out.
basketball game.
Time out. How can he say I'm a sore
Because I
loser
beat you
when
on,
he ain't beat me?
but I beat you
I'm
in a
not-
pool table.
I'm not even talking
I
about
beat you.
But I beat you more times.
No, you
And then
didn't.
start,
Now you're lying.
Thank you.
Now you're lying.
Thank you.
I was
it
there.
Was three, it was
I
the
was
best
there.
out of 5. I beat you 3 games, so you're 2. So I won the series. That's it. And you
I
won't
was
admit
there,
that.
bro.
And
but
I beat you.
I was
on that
also at a
Iverson.
basketball game that you was playing, and your team wasn't winning, and you walked. He walked right off the court during the game. During the game, he said, "Nah."
Oh, you talking about when we went in New York?
He was in Brooklyn. Nah, I ain't messing with this. And I'm like, my man, it's mid-game.
It's in the middle of the game.
Why you leaving? Nah, I ain't feeling it. Why? Sore loser, bro.
That wasn't no sore loser. That was me getting into it with my teammates. That was trash. So I said, so I
you
said,
was losing.
Nah, so I said, before I had to beat somebody up in this moment, I'm gonna let y'all have it because we're not getting paid for this.
Right.
I'm gonna just be like, why would I be arguing with somebody that's not better than me? I said, y'all asked me to play. Here, y'all can have it.
Right.
It was simple. That wasn't no sore loser. That was just like me saying, here, y'all can have it. I ain't about to argue with my teammates. I'm arguing with my own teammates.
Right.
Everybody's assuming that if you beat Canelo in September, you're gonna retire. You want a big money fight and you want to just sail off to the sunset. Are they accurate with that?
I don't know what people talking about.
All right, so you tell me. What do you see for
I see that I got a fight coming up, and that's the only thing that's on my mind, and I ain't thinking about nothing but that.
But it has to cross your mind about when you're gonna hang it up. That don't cross your mind at all?
Nah, not right now. Why would I be thinking about hanging it up when I'm thinking about fighting?
Oh, that's a great point. It's just that the reason why he even asked that question, you at that age where usually fighters ain't great no more. You're an anomaly where you're great at this age. So that's why the question is there.
I'm blessed.
Do your kids ever ask you to retire? They never said, Pops, I don't want you to fight anymore.
You ever met his children? They tough, they rough, bro.
What
Cursed
about
me
your
out
lady?
almost the other day.
How even?
Nobody yet.
Nobody? Trainers, Bo Mac, nobody ever say, maybe after this one?
I'm like, man, I'll be glad when you done with this.
Really?
Why? Wait, why?
Cause, you know what I mean, the business behind it, and like, it's stressful.
And it's stressful for him too.
It's stressful on him. Especially when you got a fighter that you so connected with, that
It's family.
going up against the things that he going up against and things like that. You just be like, man, I'm glad that it's over with, so him and his family can
Relax.
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
That makes sense.
No. But you, like, speaking of Freddie Roach, he was sad when Pacquiao retired
he
because
was.
he made him rich. He made him.
He
No,
don't
but
care about
still,
it.
it's not just money. It's fun. Like, it's your career, your identity almost. So to hear that sounds like he's your father.
Like he
And
got
it's
love
like
for
a
you that.
fatherly love. And he's like, man, I just want you to be happy, man.
Yeah, that's it. You know
No, I mean, I see that. Even me, I get stressed when you fight because you get nervous with somebody you care about. So I can't imagine somebody
I
that's
don't
been
get
with you from
nervous
the
when he
beginning.
fight for some reason.
Because he don't care about you. but
It's just for some reason I don't get nervous when he fight.
what do you think you're gonna do, Bud, when that does happen? Right now you focus on Canelo, but when you really get inducted into the Hall of Fame and I know you do a lot with the community.
If
but
you get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
what are you gonna do with your life, Bud?
Because I'm not voting for you.
You don't have like a second chapter plan?
become a billionaire.
Really?
Real
That's the real
estate?
plan.
What?
Yeah,
Do you have the route to do that?
yeah.
What is
And
it?
I'm not telling you.
You don't want me to make any money? Like, get me in on a secret.
Why would I tell you my plan?
Well, me, I want to partner up with you with some real
I'm
estate.
gonna show you my plans.
I mean, can I get in
You
on the
talk
plan?
too much.
Can I get in on the
You
plan?
say you talk too much.
This is my job to
This
talk.
is job.
Yeah, that's
my
what
job
I'm
to
saying.
talk.
You asking me all these
I'm
questions.
not gonna
He
talk about
asked me
your
all these
plans.
questions.
I told
So you
what
think
I-
I'm gonna talk about your plans?
No, I told you what I was gonna do.
I don't remember.
Oh, well, I don't remember either. Oh, man.
Billionaire.
Yeah.
Real estate.
Property.
What? Oh,
No, I'm saying
I'ma
property,
get
real
there.
estate, yeah.
that's one avenue. You gotta have more than one. Can't just rely on one.
I got you.
Who's going to be undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? Is it going to be Usyk or Dubois?
Usyk, hands down.
What? But you seen the first fight though, what they had,
Usyk.
right? Did you see the first fight?
It was a
and did
low
you
blow. Usyk.
You a lying dog.
I don't know, that blow was
If that
close.
blow landed on you like that, you wouldn't say that you would say what?
Usyk.
You would say it's a low blow if it was landing on you.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. But that wasn't
It wasn't low.
No, I'm not mad at the ref for calling that a low blow.
Usyk.
He a Usyk fan, bro.
You right.
That is your guy, though.
Usyk's a
Usyk.
good dude. He's a hell of a fighter.
Usyk
He's
gonna
on the
win.
belt.
But the first time before Usyk fought Tyson Fury, did you think Usyk could beat Tyson Fury?
Usyk.
Truthfully, no.
I picked him both
For
times.
real?
Stop
No, the
playing
first
me.
time you picked him?
Both times.
Because you was high on Tyson Fury at one time.
Both times. I knew the movement was gonna give Tyson Fury problems. Tyson Fury, you know what I mean, is a great heavyweight champion, but he never was fighting people that's as elusive as him.
You seen Ryan against Devin, right? But does a fight play out differently if Ryan was more comfortable in the weight class?
For sure. Definitely.
You
We
think
all
Ryan
know
could
that.
win?
We all know that.
No, I'm
That
saying, could he
plays
win?
in. Yes.
Just want your opinion on
Does
it.
Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever?
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope. Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but
Right.
when Floyd was
didn't know that.
boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms
I know. I know.
and 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Javante
Can I
Davis.
beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no. That's a no. Floyd's not
All right,
better than
then.
you.
All right, let's talk some money real quick.
Money?
Yeah, because you be talking to other people about money and
Talk
stuff.
about money.
No, listen. What? Chill, bud, because I see other interviews and you be answering questions.
He
The
be
other
mad
dude.
jealous too.
I'll be like,
Me?
he won't answer that
jealous.
like this. I just need to know what number does it make sense? Is it fair for you to
You're
go up to
nosy.
168? Bro, people.
Why you in my pockets?
I'm not in your pockets.
Yeah,
you don't have to
you-
give me
you-
an exact number,
you
but I need to know.
nosy.
We know that the Canelo fight is a big money fight.
Why?
And we know he's getting
do
a
you want
big
it? Why does it matter?
amount. I want to know what you're
You don't know
comfortable
what
with.
he getting.
I don't know.
All
I
right,
know
then.
it's a lot.
How you know?
Because I got friends in this business. I do work in it.
You don't know nothing. You just keep asking around just to be
No.
nosy. That's why I told you. You,
No,
you
I'm
talk
not
too
being-
much.
I'm not being
You see
nosy.
how you say you got friends
Asking
and then you
ain't
come to
talking,
me?
though. Asking ain't talking. I ain't telling nobody's business. And when I do ask, I ask on camera.
So what are
All
we
right.
talking about again?
I just want to know what number makes sense for you. What's fair? I don't know. Maybe you already know. I
I
mean,
got $10 million for that fight.
that's a lie.
How you know that's a lie?
To fight Canelo,
Yeah.
that's a lie.
I'm doing it for the opportunity, baby.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
legacy.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
You hear
good. Yeah.
You believe that?
Yeah, 100%. If he said 10 million, it's 10 million.
The legacy outweigh the money.
That's true. I respect that.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
3-time undisputed. Ooh, coming soon.
That's when you retire because basically there's nothing you could do after that. There's nothing you could do after if you were able to get 3-time undisputed.
Come on,
3 different weight classes.
Right.
There's nothing you can accomplish after that, right? Because 68.
Yeah, he's gonna retire
unless you,
after that.
I might go back
Unless
down
you
to
went
54
down, right?
To fight who?
and do it
But
again.
you can't get all of them though. It's too much trying to get all of them.
I might
might
go
win.
back down and do it again.
Do it again.
He gonna retire.
It's too many. If there was one person with all the belts
know
at
what I'ma
154,
Nobody knows.
y'all could arm
I
wrestle
don't
right now.
arm wrestle. I punch
You
people.
strong though.
No,
I
last
bet
time,
y'all slam
last time
you.
you gave him a
Yeah,
black eye.
I bet y'all slam you now.
No, I'm not a wrestler.
You want to arm
I
wrestle?
don't wrestle.
He want to arm wrestle. He talking about you
said you
strong
go
though.
arm wrestle.
I bet y'all
arm
choke you
wrestle.
out.
I don't do
I bet
jujitsu.
you. I don't do
arm
jiu-jitsu.
wrestle.
I choke you
I
out.
don't do MMA.
I
or
choke you
wrestle.
out.
I bet you can't beat me here or on a pool table.
I
That's it.
choke you out.
I put all my money up on a pool table.
Choke you out.
Oh, that's a challenge.
On camera, Bud turned it down.
I don't
Bud
arm
turned it
wrestle.
down on camera.
And apparently he don't fight at all.
Right. He don't fight at all.
He said, I don't
Not against the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. But, all right, we don't know if he's going to retire after
he ain't
Canelo.
retired.
I think so, but he said we don't know. He might go down back to 154.
I might go down to 160. You don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't. You don't. We'll see. I guess we'll find out in September.
Appreciate it.
Terence Crawford. Come on, real quick.
Off camera.
Get your little ass over. You see,
I don't know why you trusted him.
You see, I
grabbed you back.
I gotta stop trusting
I'm the
him.
one that saved you back, bro. What are you talking about?
I mean, I wasn't gonna let him
I
get
don't
close
know-
to my neck.
I don't know
or my
why you
body.
try-
His table in the way.
You was done.
How?
No,
you
he
was
wasn't.
done. I'm glad y'all got this on camera because these are the type of things that I go through
But I'm gonna tell you
that people say I'm
right
cheating.
now, on a pool table, he doesn't stand a chance against me.
Well, I beat you, though.
No, you beat me twice. I beat you 3 times.
If I don't stand
I'm
a
saying
chance,
right
I'll
now,
beat
right
you.
now you don't. Back then, you obviously was good enough to beat me twice. I beat you 3 times. Right now, today, well, I
You
was
was
just
fucking
shooting.
lying, bro. We had played before that.
No.
On my
We
mama, we
played one
played.
time. Barak, how many times you played pool?
Barak.
He was there.
Bro.
One. How many times you played pool?
What do you mean, how many times?
Pool. How many times? Remember in the city? That was one time, right? Yeah, one time. We never played before that.
If that was the first time we played, why did he want to play me so bad?
Because
Hold on. Time out.
we won.
Thank you.
No, what are you talking about?
Thank you. The first time we played, I beat him.
You gotta beat him again. You
Listen,
gotta beat him.
listen, Barak, the first time we played, I beat him, so he was saying, oh, we gotta find a pool hall.
No.
If he never seen me play pool, why was he so, I remember to this day, the ping pong table was right here, and the pool table was over here. What you talking
He
about?
might be right. He might be right.
That's
I ain't
crazy,
lying. He
bro.
might be right.
I remember y'all talking about it.
I remember now that you
Damn,
saying
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
But I still beat him
No,
the
you
next
didn't.
time we went out.
But I'm saying I beat you, that's why you wanted to play me so bad, bro. What is you talking about?
My bad. You right.
And I'm the boxer.
You right.
This is crazy, dude. I beat your ass in ping pong. You remember that, though?
You beat him too.
I ain't know what to talk. I can't talk.